Hello, Mr. 0063 back for I Want to Be the Sublime Part 5. Last time we got two eye blocks, and made our way through the water section with the jellyfish and the toxic waste. So now we're at this area, and let's just progress on a bit. I was not quite expecting Spike to move that like that. Okay, we'll have to work this out a bit the nicer way. Basically, what you kind of want to do here, at least, is trigger the trigger the spike up, and then jump back down to the floor, or fall to the floor rather than jump, and get out again. Or at least that's what I think you're supposed to do. But at the moment, anyway, the timing is eluding me. Okay, no. Okay, maybe I'm going to have to go to the right when I'm a bit further over or a bit further falling. There we go. I screwed that up, but yeah, that's good. That's good. Can't remember whether these fall or not. No, they don't fall. Let's go a bit further. Ow! Oh, okay, now I'm screwed because the blocks have gone. But anyway. So just to move to the right so you can see it a bit better, maybe. But yeah, what you need to do there is shoot one of the fruit. And she goes away. So yeah, that's what you need to do. I believe now I've missed my opportunity with the blocks. So yeah, but I just wanted to kind of show off what was over there to the right. Obviously, before I killed it, before it kind of disappeared from view. So yeah, next time I get there, yeah, which would be now, I will go straight to doing that. And now I'm gonna have to try and remember this reappearing disappearing block section. And don't get screwed over by that. Right. Yes! Good. That's a bit of an annoying jump, that one. I'm always kind of relieved when I make that first go. And fourth and final eye block on this path. So that's the secret and the last eye block. No, don't jump over there. Come on, the spike's going to trigger. I know you're going to trigger. Oh, the music's gone away, which has been kind of annoying. I know you're going to trigger. Thank you. Right. If I restart now, does the music come back? Thank you. Right. Let's have that. Right. Good. Okay. So now this bit's kind of actually been made quite a bit easier for me, since ordinarily this block wasn't here. But then what you could do is you could abuse the save jump technique to get over to the kind of the wall jump area you can see on the right hand side. But I never did it that way anyway, and because now there is this block here, I can make this jump a lot nicer, or it's a lot easier to make this jump because I can now stand further over to the right. Before I would have had to have used a few more balloons, over on that. Yes, don't screw that up. Over on the left, a bit more to the left. But now I don't have to do that. So right, if you go right, here's where it's going to crash. If you go through to the right, you die. I don't particularly feel like demonstrating that. So what you're supposed to do is, well, I'll show that off anyway. Hit this with the mouse. I'm going to shoot the switch, and well, you'll see what happens. But it's going to crash. So I'm going to need to this is nothing I can do about this. So I'm going to transfer this to my laptop. But yeah, obviously, hit the switch. Spike comes along, pops the balloon, and a crash. So yeah, I cannot possibly complete that on my computer, so yeah, I knew that was coming. That's a Windows 8 expected crash. Still annoying, but I knew that was coming, so I'm not too annoyed by it. So yeah, I will have to transfer this to my laptop and beat that area, on the laptop, and then as soon as it's done, we'll be back on the computer. Okay, so very quickly, while I'm doing this on my laptop, I didn't actually do any commentary live at this point in time, which actually gives me a very good opportunity, very quickly, through some post-commentary, to apologise for two things. Firstly, the frame rate of this section is absolutely atrocious. I don't quite know what happened there, but you've already seen it on before anyway, so hopefully you're not missing too much there. And second thing to apologise for is the trippy rooms coming up. The way I recorded this was to record the entire desktop, but unfortunately it meant that the window for the game went really small, and it's really difficult to see too much. But hopefully you can still see some of it, and I'm actually going to start off part 6 by doing this a slightly different way, so hopefully you can see things a bit better. Now, if you're wondering why you can see the entire desktop, that's because something's going to happen when I play this screen, and if I only selected the window, you wouldn't be able to see all that much. And oh boy, I really wish there is a wuss or a a wuss save on normal mode that I so wish was still here on this one. And as you can see at the moment, as on the screen at the moment, it's kind of down in the middle area on the right-hand side. And without that one there, this becomes a huge pain, because what happens is that the window flies all over the screen, and it's basically impossible to keep a track of where your position kind of or where you're going to be positioned where the window is going to be positioned on screen. Obviously, you need to be kind of fully aware of where you are on the screen, when you need to move, when you need to do certain things. But yeah, with obviously the window moving around and it being near impossible for you to be able to train your eyes to follow it wherever it jumps around on screen, this is a huge pain. And I don't know if you can see at the moment, but there's a spike that triggered there where I've just kind of landed here. On this platform that's going to the right, there's also a trigger. There's a spike that comes down from the ceiling, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just walk off the... walk off the platform on the right-hand side, and then jump over, a bit like that. I dodged the spike, but I was not quite far enough over. And then while I've walked off the edge of the platform, jump over the spike that's kind of sticking out from the slightly raised ledge. Ugh. And believe me when I say that the first half of this is comparatively the easy bit, and there we go. Because this bit is a giant pain in the neck, and the thing is going to dot around all over the place, and all I am doing here is, well, if I could get a better start, then I'd hopefully be able to demonstrate a bit better. Or maybe not, because you'd have a hell of a time following it on the screen anyway. But what the hell? Yeah, all I'm doing there is going purely off of instinct. And given how annoying that section is, I really want to be getting to a point in time where this first bit is kind of I'm kind of doing every single, almost every single time. But at the moment, I don't know how long I've been going, but I've only done it once, and that's kind of irritating because it's comparatively the easier bit. And if I'm going to get into a rhythm, on the second bit, then I need to be doing this first bit, a lot more frequently than what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, I am not kind of in that swing of things at the moment, clearly. That's terribly timed. If you can actually see, the platforms in the middle are just kind of, going up and down, and I'm obviously going to have to traverse the whole lot while, standing on the platforms, so that when they rise up, I'm not too high, and obviously, again, I'm not too low as to fall on the spikes. And things like that can happen if you saw it, which I appreciate would have been very difficult may have been very difficult to see. But I kind of landed on one platform and just kind of, what the hell was that? Landed on one platform and just kind of got stuck a bit. Okay, yeah, the first bit at least is just that little bit better, but the second bit, as I say, I need to kind of probably practice an awful lot, and yeah, hence why it would be very good to get the first bit down almost every time, because I'm going to be kind of wanting to do this again and again and again, and I need to kind of be able to get into a rhythm. But yeah, if I can't get down there that often, then it's not going to happen. And also doing really, really stupid things like that, like walking off the edge of that ledge there and walking into a spike, are not going to help my cause any at all. To be honest, I really don't have a strategy per se for this bit. It's more just completely reacting on instinct, because I know what I obviously kind of need to do, but there's no way in the world I'm going to be able to follow, the window around. It's just, it moves too quickly. My eyes just, cannot work that quickly, or cannot. I did a bit better there if you were able to see it. Yeah, my eyes just can't cope with that. or eyes, brain, whatever you want to say. So it's purely a matter of instinct, and that I know that I want to ride platforms up a little bit of a time, and then jump off them. But it's, yeah. Oh, how I wish there was a wuss save. Yeah, down to the bottom middle area. Not that it makes obviously that area any easier. It just means I don't have to deal with the somewhat tedious bit of the top every single time. Which I am happy to say that I am now managing to pull off. You know, a good deal of the time. But yeah, this is a very cleverly done segment, but it ain't half annoying. And that's not the end of it as well. Not least just because the background itself just makes things really, you know, can make things really hard to see. But, you know, the music as well, and, you know, things start to just become a bit, I don't know, grating, repetitive, and psychedelic in this area. And yeah, it would be. I guess it wouldn't be anywhere near as difficult, obviously, if the window wasn't, you know, dancing around all over the place. But yeah, this is a hell of a section, and I don't know why that bit's not reacting to my jump pressing at the moment. What? What the hell even happened here? Oh no! I know what happened there because I was able to catch it as the window was just about to set off on its merry path. That's not bad. That's not. Oh no! I got about 3/4 of the way over there, I think. But yeah, I don't think there's. Oh, thank love of God! Don't do that. I don't think, for me anyway, there's anything here that I could really memorise. It's just purely acting on instinct. Just think, okay, I've been on that platform for about a second. I now need to kind of walk off it, kind of thing. Yeah, I just can't see what's going on. That's terrible. Yeah, very clever, but very annoying. I think even if I kind of like slowed this, you know, down while I was kind of reviewing footage or whatnot, I don't think it would. Yes, 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 yes. I will take that all day long. Wow, that didn't take that long. And as you can kind of see, there's a bit of obviously an area here where you have to move to the right after you've kind of completed the section as well to land on safe ground. And there is a spike above my head now. So you need to kind of plan your time when you move to the right as well, so that you don't get hit on either one of those. Oh, yay. Happy with that. Right. Drunk Pikachu, which is awesome. And now we're even more crazy. And I've somewhat forgotten how that works. I know there's a trigger somewhere there, but I've forgotten exactly where the damn thing is. I think it's... so yeah, somewhere a bit over to the right, so I'm going to have to... I don't even know, actually. What am I going to do? Can I just stand here? I think I can if I actually get it so I'm actually landing on a safe ground rather than a spike. Maybe I can't, actually. Maybe that is exactly where the trigger is. Let's try that, because I say I have forgotten if I can see. No, there isn't. No, I'm fine the first time. I'm just jumping too far to the right. Okay, so a single kind of jump. Yeah, right. I didn't see anything trigger there out of the corner of my eye, although it's very hard to see. I'm probably going to have to just trust that I have gone far enough to trigger something, but yeah. I can't quite make it out. But I can't get the hang of this jump at the moment, either making the single jump to land on safe ground, or indeed when I'm trying to fake out the other bit, how far back I need to move, because I keep not doing it. But I can't quite tell, unless I reviewed the footage, whether I'm actually jumping back too far or not enough. But every single time at the moment, I'm dying. I saw that spike trigger, so that was correct, but I obviously I died as well. I presume I'm not going back far enough. But I don't know. I feel like that was way, way far enough over. There we go. And I think that triggered. No, it didn't. Typical. Like the typical. The go where I backtrack and make it to safe ground. It didn't. That did, but I didn't land on safe ground. As I said, absolutely typical. If I can get both right at once, then we will be set. But I can't. And unfortunately, as well, like I said, I would really like to. Oh my God, get this kind of down. Because it's a bit like the top bit of the screen. There is, unfortunately, because I am playing on hard mode. Oh come on, seriously. There is no immediate wuss save on the beginning of the next screen. So there is something else I'm going to have to clear, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. So once again, yeah, I would really like to get this down almost every go, but I haven't got it once. No, come off it. Seriously, how I cannot judge the distance here at all. No, I don't think that triggered, and I still couldn't judge that. I couldn't get the distance back anyway. It's not like I'm going a massive. It's not like I'm travelling a massive way to the right, or indeed back to the left. But I cannot, at the moment, judge that one. That time the trigger got me. I cannot judge landing back on safe ground. I'm kind of hoping I do the area of the next screen first go at this rate, because this is not good. No, triggered, but I didn't land on safety. I think I wasn't far enough back over. Oh, this is ridiculous. I cannot land safely back on solid ground. Trigger. I do not believe you can make it all the way through with. This is ridiculous. I swear I am kind of trying to learn from past experience as well, and make adjustments to how far I'm moving back to the left. But every single time I'm landing on it. It's not the worst. It's not the narrowest of. Thank you. Oh my God. Right. Hug left. Right. There would ordinarily be a wuss save here, but yeah, I haven't got it, unfortunately. And I'm going to spend a bit of time waiting for the screen to go upright here, because, yeah, it's a hell of a thing otherwise. This is a quick area, because Barney is going to be chasing us. Well, he would be if I could pull off the first and easy jump. And I've got to make my way through an area where there are invisible blocks that I need to stand on, and yeah, it's not the easiest thing. But now we're back to this again, and as I said, because it's not the easiest thing, and I would like to have, probably going to take multiple goes to get it, this bit here is starting to really annoy me, because I need to be able to do this, a good proportion of the time, but I've pulled it off once. In like, I don't know how long, 5 minutes if not longer? I think we're going approaching 6-7 minutes. Did that trigger? Yes, it did. Right. Okay. Right. Thankfully, the second time to actually doing it was a lot quicker. But blimey. Right. Yeah. Let's wait for it to be upright again, because this is a gate jump, and I would like to be upright so I can see it as best as possible. Right. There we go. Yes, I will take that any day of the week. And yeah, really, really good news. Right, let's hit the save as I'm falling down there, because that way I can rush to this bit and get on this ledge. Now, obviously with the screen spinning, which I didn't really comment on before, this might be quite difficult to see, and also the fact that things are kind of colourless or not quite, fully coloured in or whatever. It does make this a little bit harder to see, but yeah, anyway. Hopefully you can kind of tell that by... Yes. Oh, that was the dumbest thing ever. That by dropping down here and hitting that save there, I've given myself... I can reach this quick enough to actually jump up on this ledge and set off without having to, wait a full cycle for the damn platform to go all the way up and all the way down again. Because that would be really annoying. Let's wait for it to go up a bit more this time. And we'll wait for this to go high. Oh no, high, upright. Sorry, but yeah, the right way up again, so that I can see a bit clearer what I'm doing. this actually is the last thing before we get to the boss. So if I get to my next save, then we are done. So yeah, I will do that for this video. I think probably however long this takes, unless it takes half an hour. Hopefully not. And then that will probably be it. I don't want to start the boss off, but yeah. I don't find this, despite this bit actually here is really, really tricky. I don't know why, but I actually find this. Wow, that was dreadful. The spinning far less irritating than the window kind of dotting around all over the place. Okay, right. Keep an eye on here. Yep, you might have seen the spikes kind of plummet down. That was a little kind of trap, sorry. And this is the last thing. Yes! Yay, right. Well, next time I will take it off full screen mode so that you can obviously see what's a bit more what's going on, but I thought I'd obviously leave it on for that section just because obviously it's a bit of a pain without it, but yeah. I will leave it there. We've reached the save tree room. And yeah. To the right is the boss of Path 2. So yeah, I will say I will leave it there, and next time we will kick off Boss 2. Hope to see you then. Cheerio. Hello, Master0063 back for some more I Want to Be the Sublime. Last time we went through or got to the end of Path 2, and now we're going to be taking on the boss of Path 2. So let's just get on with it. And for the point of demonstration, I'm not going to skip the beginning, and I'm going to stay at the top here so we can get a much better view of who it is. It's Johnny from Guilty Gear. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go skip all this, and I'm going to go to the bottom, and I'm going to demonstrate a few things. Well, I'm going to have like a go at seeing what happens first of all, and then if I die, I'll kind of go back to. Well, there we go. That was pretty good for a first go. Going to his second phase immediately. Okay, so, right. Trick here. Stand at this kind of spot at the bottom left. He kind of dances all over the place. And that is a very good safe spot. So, purely for demonstration purposes, this boss is kind of built on knowing where to stand and where not to stand. So, as you can see here, I'm kind of standing at the bottom here, and there's a whiskey bottle that keeps kind of popping in, and that's pretty much unavoidable. So, basically what's happening there is if I'm too low, then that whiskey bottle comes into play. If I'm up here, I'm shooting him, then nothing happens. So, that's basically what I was doing there. And, oh, I kind of lucked out there, but then kind of not. What other things are there to demonstrate? Okay, so yeah, I guess the spheres. So basically, what I do here is I kind of stand, still, and if he swipes down, then I just kind of stay still. If he swipes to the right, then I move slightly to the left, and that seems to do a good job of avoiding the spheres and whatnot. And am I going to get him? I might just get him here. I am going to get him. I didn't get to demonstrate something. Wow. 2 minutes was that? I might demonstrate something else just to show it off. Yeah, well, with that, let's go back to the hub world and save, and that's Path 2 done. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go that well, so yeah, there is one other thing I do actually a couple of things I want to demonstrate on the boss, so yeah, hang on a sec, I'll get back to the boss. I've got to kind of create a save file and kind of maybe go through or something, so I'll do it on medium mode just to speed up getting there, but yeah. Hang on a second. Okay, so here I am on medium mode. I have a fetching bow in my hair, but let's just go into the boss and demonstrate a few things. So, one thing I wanted to kind of demonstrate was what happens at this point in time if you shoot him. he swipes the sword, and basically wherever you are on screen, it's undodgeable. So I will try and do that again, and this time I'll maybe stand up on the... I'll get hit by a sphere because I'm an idiot, but well, not too much because I managed to beat the boss on hard mode in 2 minutes, so that was pretty good. That's terrible. Okay. And that was even bad. That was even worse. It didn't even matter how much I damaged him there. All I had to do was survive until the phase I wanted to, and then just hit him there. Right, let's go up the top and hit him. So yeah, he kind of wiggled and swiped the sword. So yeah, wherever that is, or wherever you are on screen, if you shoot him during that point in time, it is completely undodgeable and you will die. So do not shoot him at that point in time. The only other thing I really wanted to, oh blimey, it was dreadful, it'd go over, was if I can survive a bit longer on the second phase, was to kind of show off the second phase a bit more. The problem with it being that, well, I won't shoot at him, if I can get there again, but yeah, I won't shoot at him, I'll just kind of maybe just spend a bit of time trying to dodge what's happening on screen, but basically... Yeah, I kind of, as soon as he transitions to his gold phase, I want to be on the left-hand side of the screen to avoid her, and then I want to be at the top, really, okay, let's not bother jumping, let's just see if we can get a bit lucky, because basically, unfortunately, that's kind of what that boils down to, although, obviously, main Let's Play, I was insanely lucky. I did it practically second go on Golden Phase, so I can't complain one little bit. So yeah, basically, basically there's a coin that kind of comes down that splits apart, and really, I jumped into the damn thing. And as far as I can tell, it just seems to be pot luck where it splits apart. I cannot determine any kind of tell as to how it's going to split apart, where the fragments are going to be, and whatnot. So yeah, I just find that to be completely luck based. So at least being in the top left gives I would swear I was up well before that whiskey bottle should have come into play. But other things that happen are a kind of a lightning needle strike down from the ceiling. So what I find is really good about being in the top left corner is that thing never seems to go that far over to the left. See, see, one demonstration doesn't really prove it, but it never seems to go all the way to the left. The other attack that's kind of annoying is the woman comes in sweeping, and that can be a bit of a bitch to dodge if it's right at the top. In theory, there is a kind of a little bit of a tell. That was lucky as hell. And I transitioned you to Golden Phase while you were doing the swipe. Not very good at all. If I can maybe show off the Golden Phase once more, I might kind of leave it at that, or at least maybe with the sweepers having come in. And yeah, basically there's a kind of a tell there by the with the broom and whatnot. But yep, good. Don't get hit by a coin, good. So I'm hoping there's a kind of a sweeper coming in. If not, then well, yeah, there you go. So I'll probably just kind of not have some heavy metal music playing in the background, but yeah, the sweepers kind of come in from the left-hand side of the screen, and it's a bit of a bitch to dodge, but that's the downside to being on the top left-hand side of the screen, is that you can't really react to that. But frankly, the second phase is a bit luck-based for me, given I'm at the top left, but I don't care. The main beat it in about 2 minutes during the main thing, so yay. And yeah, I'm definitely going to upload this at the back end of the part 5 or whatever. This is still going to be part 5. I'm not going to upload this 4 or 5 minute video just its own one, because with that done, I'm now going to I'm going to start off part 3, and yeah, I kind of going to invite Liam back to co-commentate on that, because that is going to be a bitch, and I'm going to want some company on it. If you thought parts 1 and part 2 have gone pretty well, then I quite frankly am gobsmacked by how well they have gone. But even so, even on hard mode, I don't feel like I'm too handicapped by the lack of the woof saves. It's still reasonably okay to get through. Part 3, on the other hand, is a completely different kettle of fish. I think it's worse than Part 4 in terms of difficulty. So yeah, Part 3 is absolutely going to kick my arse. So I'm sure you'll want to join in or tune in to see me get my arse kicked. But until then, cheerio.